What's up, YTBC? It's the boxing mouth back with the truth. Hadn't did anything in a long time, yo. I know y'all probably know that. Training camp, boxing training camp, man. It's been hard to keep up with everything with that going on. Killing myself in the gym, like I said before, but I got to drop this video about what's going on with AB. And if you ever heard my recent videos, you can probably conclude that that's my favorite fighter of the day. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I like AB as a fighter. He's my favorite. I just like the way he fights. And I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with him. He looks as if he's it looks as if he's getting the work ethic. My feet, they go my feet, man. See uh, feet, man. Yeah, but it looks as if he's been getting the work he's supposed to get in. What can I say? It looks like he's getting the work he's supposed to get in. I personally, not just coming as a fan, but people do this all the time. Say somebody robbed them. I don't know what his backstory is. He's been to jail. Yes. Um, could it have happened? Maybe. I personally, I mean, I don't believe it. I don't know. Cause he just the same night. I guess it was the same night he had the video on Instagram of him, bowling. That was an amazing strike, just by the way. But upcoming fight for him is Ashley Theophane. First off, I got to shout out to Coach Shelton Harrison about what he said about Broner. Um, Coach, in the past I've noticed you're not really over the hill about Adrian Broner, but what you said today was just true. He's coming. I hope he's getting a light. It's a man in man world. You can't go under another man in this thing, especially in boxing, especially in active boxers. Now, Floyd is good, but to be honest with you, Adrian Broner could have been better than Floyd. He could have been better than Floyd, but he went and tried to take a Floyd approach to boxing when that's not his approach at all. Even at 147, that's not his approach. Even at 130, that's not his approach. That's not his approach. His approach, he's an offensive fighter. He got good straight defense. He can slip. He can use the shoulder roll a little bit, but he shouldn't have started trying to do that, especially with the kind of knockouts he was getting. He was fast. He hit hard. And he sat down on his punches when he threw them. That's what makes it even better. He's not, like Manny Pacquiao don't always. Okay, here's a perfect example of what happened when you don't sit down on your punches. Timothy Bradley don't always sit down on his punches. He don't always sit down on them. He'll get in and throw them. That's why he don't hit as hard as he should, because he don't sit down on his punches. He just try to do them fast. The thing with Broner is he gets them off quick and he sits down on his punches. They have power to them. So, like I was saying, is his approach to this whole boxing thing is wrong, man. You don't have to be a defensive. You don't have to be a defensive fighter. You could be an offensive fighter. You could beat Maidana, and you should have beat Sean Porter. That was a given, especially how Kell Brook beat him. And you faster than Kell Brook. You might not hit as hard as Kell Brook, but I know Broner is faster than Kell Brook. With that being said, it's things that he wouldn't understand that with his admiration for Floyd that was blocking in the way. He couldn't be his own self. He wouldn't be in his own self. He was trying to be like Floyd. And that's where the biggest problem come from. His antics, I could care less, So what? The guy threw some change in Walmart. Boo hoo, your feelings hurt. It don't matter. That's what's wrong with the world today. Your feelings hurt because somebody threw in the line with you, somebody threw change in Walmart, so you like, oh, I don't have that much money, so now my feelings hurt. That's what's wrong with the world, man. That's an issue. Who cares? I can go in Walmart today and be broke and throw change in Walmart. And the guy had a camera on him. You knew he was gonna do something crazy. And so to me, it's like it's an antic. So what? Get over it. He's a boxer. This is not the biggest fight in the world. Ashley Theophane versus Adrian Broner is not the biggest fight in the world, but he has to do everything that he can to make it bigger. So to me, I could just care less about the throwing change in Walmart. Now, beating somebody up outside of a bowling alley, that's way over the top. That's crazy. If he did it, if he did it, that's you know that was foolish. It's the same thing with Floyd Mayweather burning money. Who cares? Okay, who cares? He earned the money. He has the right to do whatever he please with the money that he worked hard for. Same with Adrian Broner. You have the right to do whatever you want to do with that money. It's your money. So nobody can, not even the media, nobody can get up and start complaining. Well, you should have gave this money away. You should have gave that money away. It, what the sad part about it is these are guys who not making the most money. They're really not making the most money. Um, you Jay Z, he does what he have to do with his money. He'll go donate. That's a nice ride. He'll go donate however so much to some country or whatever. That's good for him. Adrian Broner, he decided he would throw his money in Walmart. He decided he would bet on bowling at a bowling alley. Only difference is he's not betting $2 or $3. He's betting thousands of dollars. Floyd Mayweather decided he would burn his money. It's your money. You earned it. That's Nobody can get mad with you. Oh, you can say that's dumb. That's all. That's about all you can do. But nobody can start demonizing these guys for whatever they do with their money. Now I can see if he was like buying and trading slave kids across the world or something like that from India and running sweatshops where they only get like 10 cents a day or something like that. Like half the real wealthy people in the world do that nobody complains about. But this is a kid who came from Cincinnati, Ohio, dirt, just like half the rest of the African American superstars and legends. They come from dirt, um, and did what he had to do. Same with Floyd, came from dirt. Mama was using drugs. Daddy was there, but then was nowhere to be found. That's what we call grind. And if you grind that hard, nobody can replace the miles that you put in. Nobody can replace when you get up at 6:30 and you run all the way around Columbus. Nobody can replace that. So what I'm saying is, your money, you do whatever you want to with it. I can't say anything to you because you work for it and you earned it. That's concerning the money, this money thing. Because I don't. I mean, yeah, Floyd, when he said what he had to say about Adrian Broner doing what he did with the money, he was right. There wasn't nothing wrong with that. Besides the fact that if there was a bond, like they say there's a bond, he would have called him. And this is the second occasion of that, so I don't like that. You know, I would call somebody if it was that serious. That's what I would do. But he, he was right. He was right. He is hurting himself. Well, you know what? It's $15. It looked like he threw like $3 on the ground. So it looked like he threw $3 on the ground and some quarters and nickels and stuff. So I mean, yeah, people don't like you for whatever reason. I don't even think anyone cared, to be honest. Like, haha, oh, he was conceited. So what? People laugh, get over it. Um, but I guess, just the up how you uphold yourself as a young black man in general has has a lot to do with it. So yeah, Floyd was right. Besides not calling him, so I guess from an older man, he's just pouring out wisdom, and you can't reject knowledge. So he was right, but Broner had a point too. Every time Broner, I have yet to see Floyd in the gym with Broner showing him everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That there's no taking under the wing, and the sad part about it is there's people like, I think it's called like nostalgia or something, not nostalgia, but I can't think about the name, but it's like this not really obsession, but this knack to be like somebody else because you see their greatness. that you don't understand that you have greatness within you. The same thing that goes on with politics and men today. Everybody goes to another guy asking for help, you know, when there's nations in you. That's biblical. Every man have nations within him. That's biblical. And everybody wants to rep the Bible, but nobody understands the true concepts of what these things mean. That means that you can do all things regardless. And that's the mental key that's missing from Adrian Broner. He don't understand that he can surpass. To be honest with you, Floyd work is what got him where he is. Floyd's work is what got him where he is. Talent wise, Floyd's not more talented than Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner has far more talent. And if you would combine work with the talent, he could be unstoppable. Honestly, he already got the speed. Only thing he really got to work on is footwork and coordination and defensive coordination. That's it. That's it. Andre Ward, his work got him where he is. His work, and his mental game. Same with Floyd. The wisdom that they allow themselves to acquire. Broner, I'll say this in the Khabib fight, he looked clean. You know, he looked he looked clean, but it's only because he was at 140. It's like I just it's like let me think, y'all. Sorry, he Broner looked like he worked in that fight. It looked like he worked and he batted guys, but that's not top notch. It, it's almost like he works when he's fighting at 140. He works, but then when he get to 147, the work isn't as hard. Like he don't the I understand the work issue when you're moving up in weight because the balance between work and weight is really hard because sometimes you overwork, you can lose weight. If you try to stay at a certain weight and you want to keep the same heaviness, then you got to kind of balance it out. So that's what he has to do. He has to find that balance. He has to find that balance within how he's going to work and where he's going to stay. He can be something at 147. Everybody's saying stay out of 147, but he moved up 2 weight classes when he fought Maidana. He moved up 2 weight classes, and Maidana was already a crack. He could crack. Okay, he shook up Floyd Mayweather. I mean, if there was like at the end when they fought the second time, he cracked Floyd Mayweather, and I'm telling you, if there was like 15 more seconds in that round, he probably would have stopped Floyd. Okay, do y'all hear me? So that's Maidana that we're dealing with. Um, Broner, got dropped twice by Maidana, moving up in weight, and still was popping Maidana pretty hard. So that's I don't get what people are saying. He still hit hard. Rock Sean Porter, drop Sean Porter. Um, like I said, confidence has a lot to do with it. Uh, willing to work is what I said before. Willing to work. How much are you gonna work? Have a lot to do with why Adrian Broner is where he is. It looked like he working hard in the gym. We don't know. We won't see until we see him fight Ashley Theophane. If he goes in there and completely destroy Ashley Theophane, the next fight after that I want to see is Terrence Crawford fight. Forget Victor Postal versus Terrence Crawford. Adrian Broner versus Terrence Crawford. If he goes in there, if he goes in there and knocks out Ashley Theophane before round 4, I want to see a Terrence Crawford fight. That's all to it. Um, so yeah, like I said, just me coming back. I'm gonna be dropping videos more often again. I had stopped for a while. Sorry, YTBC had to do some work. Had to get my box and stuff in shape and myself in better shape and really gain a more of a passion for the sport that I like. So that's why I haven't been dropping videos like this. Thank y'all, for whoever watched this. I know I ain't dropped nothing in a long time. Just please bear with me, y'all. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Uh, Peace.